All right, so we're going to start off today. We're going to cover what we went over last class, okay? We're going to start with the Ice Age, all right? So where did everybody cross over? The natives. How did the native people get here in America, okay? They just didn't start here, right? Okay, they walked. All right, they walked. What was another one?
Boats.
Okay, boats, kayaks, okay? All right, that was one thing they did. All right, let's look at also during the Ice Age. What was kind of the temperature like?
It was frozen.
Okay, Ice Age, it was frozen, all right? So we got to look at all that different type of stuff. We got to look at the conditions, all right? Thank you, sir. So survival, okay? That was the first thing that we started off. We want to look at the development of the natives, right? Okay? Starting off, okay, we talked about them coming from what area? Okay, they went from Asia to Alaska. What is that little land bridge they crossed over on?
Bering?
Yes, Bering Strait, okay? Bering Strait. Alright, so they crossed over on the Bering Strait. Alright, let me fix my T so it looks good for you. Alright, Bering Strait / Beringia. Alright? This is just a review, so if you do not have this, make sure you get it. Okay? Land bridge. Man, my board is really nice. I love it now. Land bridge. Asia to Alaska. Okay? Okay. Cash, you said they traveled by foot, right?
Yeah.
Traveled by foot. Travel by foot. Okay. Canoes. Kayaks. All right. And we're going to tie these both in together with the way that they lived. All right. So survival. Okay. During the Ice Age. All right. During the Ice Age. We're not talking about 10,000 years later when the ice melts. All right. So during the Ice Age, how did they survive? How did they survive? Somebody tell me. How did they survive during the Ice Age?
By hunting animals.
Okay, they hunted animals. Okay, they hunted big game. Hunted big game, right? Okay, so we're looking at survival, right? Survival. Okay, what were one of the animals that were existing during the Ice Age?
Mammoths.
Okay, mammoths. Okay, they hunted mammoths. Mammoth. What about those antlers that I showed you? What is that?
Deer.
Deer, yeah, they hunted deer. Okay, deer existed around then. Okay, what are those, we talked about the Ice Age movie. Okay, saber-tooth. Boom, there you go. All right, so they hunted these different animals. Okay, we're talking about survival. Okay, what did they do with the animal body parts? Give me the different things that they would use all these different things for. What did they use it for?
To make clothing.
Okay, uses, all right? Clothing. Boom. Clothing.
And weapons.
Hold on, Cash. What'd you say?
Food.
Okay, food. Boom, that's important, right? Okay, remember I talked to you about the carnivore diet, okay? They all ate all the parts of the animal. They didn't waste anything, right? Okay? What'd you say, Kat?
Food. Not food. Weapons.
Weapons, yes, weapons. Okay? What's another thing? What did I think I showed you last time. I took it's going like this, like I was hitting something. What is that? What'd you say?
Tools.
Tools, there you go. My little connection helps you connect the dots. Okay, tools.
Didn't they also make shelter, like tents and stuff?
Boom, there you go. You're crushing it. Shelter. Okay? All right, so what part of the animal would they use for clothing? What was that? What do the animals have? Fur, yes. Fur. Okay? / hide, same thing. That's how they kept warm. Okay? They used fur and hide. Also, so clothing, boom. They used it for shelter as well. All right? I can make my arrow really nice. You just draw it out really nice. Boom, there you go. All right, so shelter. That's a good arrow, isn't it? It's all right. So clothing, fur hide, they use it for shelter. All right, everybody got this? All right. So now let's look. Let me look at my handy dandy notes. This is just a review, okay? All right, let's do our little fast forward. All right, 10,000 years later, right? What happened to the ice? Melts, all right? Ice age ends. What comes from, what is a, okay, let's look at science. Solid, okay? What does a solid turn into? Liquid, okay? The ice age ends, the ice melts, okay? There's water everywhere. There's waterways everywhere. Rivers, lakes, creeks. You say crick. I know. Don't say crick. It's not crick, it's creek. Okay? So, ice age ends. Water melts. This is a new note that I didn't add. Okay, I should have added this. Transportation. Opened up, okay? Open waterways. Open waterways. Okay, people started traveling on this, okay? People traveled, okay? So you're able to get to more areas, right? Okay, that's where we see the people coming over from Spain, all right? They took boats, all right? During the Ice Age, okay? Spain and all those different people didn't exist. All right, but they took ships eventually. Okay, if the ice age never ended, nobody could ever travel for sea. All right, make sense? All right, the transportation, open waterways, creeks, rivers, lakes. All right, going forward. Okay, with the waterways being opened up, what was another way people survived? Let's look at survival. What'd you say? Okay, fishing. Boom, perfect. Boom. All right, fishing. That is super important. All right, what's another one? All right, we talked about, what is that technique called that they use?
Gathering.
Okay.
Foraging.
Foraging. Boom, foraging. Okay. Let me put this over on here. I forgot to put this on here. Okay, we're looking at the hunting and gathering period. This is what we're talking about right now. Hunting and gathering period. Period. All right, boom, 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 boom. So when we're covering all this right now, boom, all right, this is the hunting and gathering period, all right? So we're going over this, and then we're going to go over agriculture, and it's going to tie into the activity for today. All right, so fishing, okay, foraging. Foraging, okay, what would they find out in the woods when they would forage, okay? Think about it, the Ice Age. What happens during springtime, okay? What comes back to life?
Plants.
Plants, okay? Flowers, everything comes back to life, all right? Same concept with the Ice Age. All right, so what were they foraging?
Berries.
Berries, boom.
Also fruit from fruit trees and stuff.
Fruit. What else? Not yet. When we get to the agriculture period, yes. Berries, fruits. Planter's peanut guy, what's he sell?
Tree nuts.
Okay, take tree off of nuts. Nuts, there you go. Boom, so they foraged all these. Boom. Crushing this really quick. Did we look at the pros and the cons of foraging?
No.
Okay, we didn't. All right, cool. All right, so let's look at foraging. So we're going to look at this way of life, and then we're going to look at the agriculture way of life. Make sense? Pros and cons of that. All right? So foraging. We're going to look at their way of life, how they did things. Okay? Positives and negatives. All right? Positive of foraging. What do you think?
Gets you food.
Okay. Hold on. All right, so think about it. Say I go in the woods, boom, I find some berries and nuts I can eat off right away, right?
No. You need to know if it's safe to eat or not.
Okay, you need to know if it was safe to eat or not. We'll get into the negatives here in a second. Yeah, but that is a negative. Okay? Okay, if I go up to it, boom, I can eat it right away, right? Okay? What do you think that is?
Safe.
Not safe. Let's think about DoorDash or something.
Fast.
Okay, it's fast, but it's convenient. Yes, okay, convenient. If you know what you're doing and you find what you're supposed to find, boom, you can eat it right away. Okay? I probably should have made that a lot bigger. Let me do that over. Nice new eraser. That one doesn't sound as bad, does it?
Not quite as bad.
Origin, positive, negative. Alright? Boom. Let me make this an N. Okay, so we said convenient, right? Bang, convenient. Alright, what did you say? What kind of skill did you have to know to identify the plants?
If it's safe to eat or not.
Okay, if it's safe to eat or not, okay? So what happens if you eat a bad plant and you die?
Well, that sucks.
Okay, yeah, it's not good. It's not safe. Okay, you got to be skillful. So let's just put get sick / death. Since I forage to this day, you might come in one day, where's Mr. Brewer at? Oh, he died. He ate a mushroom. Now he wasn't supposed to eat. Okay? All right, let's go forward with this. All right, so if we're looking at, okay, say when we do our garden, all right, what do we have to do with that garden? What is the thing that we have to put into it? Time, okay, time, energy, all those different things, okay? So you have to wait for it to grow, right? So when you forage, boom, it's right there, right? Boom, it's available. Okay, you just got to find it, okay? So don't have to wait for time of growth. Okay, what's another one? All year round, right? Let's think about that. Availability. Okay? Whenever, say, you do a garden, you can only do it from the spring all the way up until the first frost, right? Okay, because the plants are going to die. All right, so let's look at that. I had a word that I was going to tell you. You know, sometimes you lose your train of thought. Convenient, time of growth. Oh, availability, that's what it was. Ability. All right. All year round. All right, let's look at a negative of foraging. Okay, what does it take? What do we cover? What was that one day we talked about Brewer's Basics? What are those things that we're trying to learn?
It takes skill.
Okay, it takes skill, right? It takes skill to forage. Okay, that's a negative. You have to develop skills. What happens if you haven't developed those skills and you're out in the woods and you're like, man, I don't even know how to forage all the way yet?
It's a lot harder and you die.
Yeah, so that was the whole thing of it. You could possibly die if you didn't know what to do. All right, last thing. All right, say I'm walking, boom, I find some berries. All right, found some berries, I'm eating. All right, I'm good. But I have to keep walking, right? Okay, I have to keep walking. I keep having to travel for it, right? Okay, what happens if it takes me 2 days to find my next piece of food? Yeah, so travel, okay, that's a big negative of foraging. You have to travel different places. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're wasting energy. You might not find what you're looking for. You could die, okay, but you have to travel and find the food. Does that make sense? So that's a big negative with foraging. Okay, and this will tie into when we look at the pros. Travel, okay, when we look at the pros of the agricultural period. All right, does this make sense? Any questions on that? All right, so next thing. All right, who are the first people? Okay, what was the first area